everybody, and welcome to Lorcanarama. Woo! Hey, Sabrina, how you doing? I'm doing well. Hold on, let me. Boop. Better turn you back up. I almost forgot again this week. There we go. All right. I think everybody might be able to hear you now. So this week, folks, we are here on Sunday night because work obligations are going to keep us from being able to stream on Tuesday night. And we didn't want to miss an opportunity to talk about Whispers in the Well since it's going to hit pre-release this weekend. So tonight, our episode is going to focus on our top 10 anticipated cards from Whispers in the Well. And we have on with us tonight, which we usually do when we do card lists, is our buddy Jake, who is a semi-co-host of the podcast. Welcome, Jake.
Hello, how are you, everyone?
All right. You guys ready?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Did you do
so?
it the same way as last time? Did you merge all the lists and
I
make
did.
one, or do we each
I
have
sure
our own?
did. So the way we did this, just
like
for
that.
folks that are listening, each one of us had a list of our top 10 cards. We ranked them. I scored them based on how we ranked them. And then, so the first ones will kind of be like the ones that didn't quite make the cut for the top 10 after the scores, our honorable mention cards. That way we all get to talk about the cards that we are looking forward to. We just won't spend as much time on the ones that didn't make the cut. And then we'll talk about those that made the cut. So before we get into the list, I have to do something. So last week, there were two things. One, we hit a huge milestone on our stream last week. We hit 100 followers. So,
let's go.
I never thought that would happen, right? I always joke hey, nobody listens to us, but hey, Sam, in chat. So we 100 followers. I can't believe it. The numbers don't matter to me really. It's just, I have fun doing this. But I can say that when we hit 100, I just kind of had a moment, I just was hey, it's all right. I'll keep on doing it for a little bit, let folks kind of enjoy it. So, so Sabrina, congratulations.
Yeah.
Jake, congratulations.
Congratulations.
So
we did it together.
You guys are all part of it. And we're on episode 30, which I didn't think we would make. Every episode past 4 is more than what I thought I would make. So,
I had a crazy moment when you and I were busting on each other the other day. And we made a plan for what we want to do for episode 50. And I was like, man, when I started, I know that we were doubtful about making it to 10 or 20. And now we're planning for 50.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun with 50. I'm not going to say anything yet. So.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, cooking something up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about was, so last week Sabrina came on, and it was the first time I'd seen her in a couple of weeks. Yet we were on the hills of Milwaukee, so our focus was on Milwaukee, and I really didn't give Sabrina a chance to talk about Bologna at all. So before we go into the list, I wanted to give Sabrina a chance, and I'm putting you on the spot here, Sabrina. I'm sorry. To tell us,
cool.
to tell us about your trip to Bologna when you went to the DLC over there. Just fire away. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Okay. So overall, I think it was a pretty decent event. We again had issues with the Play Hub in round 2 or 3. We had partial paper pairings, and then so as somebody whose introduction to TCGs was the game that shall not be mentioned, in the day of paper pairings, that's how they ran big events. I cannot understand why paper pairings are so difficult for people now. Paper pairings were going up, and we were waiting 20 minutes, and I still couldn't get to the pairings board. So I was having to go to a judge and be like, "Can you just tell me where I need to go? This is crazy." Overall, I think it was a pretty well ran event. The convention center was ginormous. I've heard people saying that they didn't like where we were because it was a warehouse, but it wasn't a warehouse. It was just this absolutely massive convention center complex. So Jake, take the Philly Convention Center and then plop 5 more buildings like that.
Oh wow, that was
It was,
pretty big.
and then make it like older, so it's not like carpeted floors. It's like all cement in the lobby and everything.
So
Um,
the center side and everything like that, when you know, I know you have plenty of opponents and stuff like that from the EU
Yeah.
and stuff, but did you guys get a chance to interact much with the EU community apart from playing the games? Or
I will say I didn't play a single American or Canadian. Everyone that I played was European. And I tried my best to not only interact with my opponent, but to, interact as much as I could without being a disturbance
Mhm.
to the people to the left and right of me. Um, after Bologna, we went to Rome for a few days, and we actually we made a point of going to one of the game stores in Rome,
That's cool.
Avalon Roma.
Okay.
And the girl that was working at the time was actually on the Italian stream team.
Oh, that's cool.
We didn't know that when we went. Yeah, so it was really cool. All that to say, yeah, we did interact with the community a little bit. Kelsey, you might find this interesting. They don't yell judge over there when they need a judge. They
Okay.
just raise their hand.
Yeah.
Huh.
I felt like
That's
a lot of
interesting.
people in
How-
Milwaukee did that too.
I'm like
Huh.
watching the end of my table, and these people had their hands raised for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, because
And
I
like
guess you
Yeah.
there's
have like
judges walking around,
Mm.
and I'm like, "Do y'all need a judge?" And they're like, "Yeah."
You
I'm
know,
like, "Judge."
Sabrina, use your voice.
you know, we've made the comment before that like there's nothing more show stopping or intimidating than a judge yelling for a judge. And
Oh gosh.
I
yeah.
had to
That's
yell for a
fair.
judge. I had to yell for a judge in Milwaukee because I like somebody needed a judge. And usually, you know, when thing is when somebody calls for a judge, you try to take care of it right away. But I could not because I had boxes in my hands and I was trying to, you know, just take care of a sealed event. I was kicking off a sealed event. And I stopped and I yelled as loud as I could, "Judge!" And you could have heard a pin drop. So, you know, and then nobody came
Every
and I had to
time
do
I-
it again.
Oh my gosh, that's the worst.
Yeah. So, but anyways, yeah. So, well, I'm happy you
Every
guys
time
got to
I
go.
call a
Go ahead.
judge, I think of Dick Burns. Because the first time I met him, he called a judge for me at like a local, like a small event. It was a set champ,
That's
and
funny.
I was terrified to call a judge, and he called for me. So it was like a full circle moment when I called a judge for someone else, and I think Dick Burns was the first person I talked to after that round, and I told him about it. I was like, "You'd be so proud of me. I called a judge for somebody else."
That's funny.
I think it is a little intimidating sometimes to call a judge. So being able to do that for someone who might not be like
Yeah.
has like ready to do it, it's a good thing though, I guess. If
I
it's
can
warranted.
understand it because sometimes, like when I'm sitting there and somebody goes, "Judge," you just will go, "Ooh, you're in trouble." That's
Yeah, exactly.
that's kind of the
automatically a bad
connotation that
thing, I
comes
think,
with
and
it,
it's
right?
not.
It could be something
Yeah.
simple and not even like, you know, I dropped my card on the floor. Can I please pick it up without being accused
Yeah,
of
exactly.
cheating?
Without
You know, and
Yeah.
but you know,
calling you a
it's just,
cheater.
Well, and
so,
sometimes like I know I've had to call a judge just because like I needed to use the restroom,
Mhm.
and like I don't want to just get up. Like I
Yeah,
want the
time
judge to
extension,
know
you
so
can
I can
ask
get the
for something.
extension.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the bathroom's all the way across the convention center, like.
Mhm.
folks,
But
I will
yeah,
say this.
we assume.
Go ahead, Sabrina.
No, I was just gonna say we assume that somebody did something wrong. But I would like your opinion as a judge.
No, I would say this. Call a judge. It's okay. We don't bite. we're there to make sure that the experience is as pleasurable as possible for folks. And, you know, if you're uncertain about something, ask the question because it's better to have that uncertainty cleared up than it is for you to go on and having a less than stellar experience because you were afraid to ask a question. And it's okay to be afraid. I mean, it's like not natural for people sometimes to just do that. You're not in trouble if you call a judge. It's okay to ask questions. And that's one reason why I like the side events at these events, because people are okay to call a judge because they feel more relaxed, and, you know, and it's almost like that's a training ground for like the main event, right? You know, they're not afraid to call and ask a question about something in some of those side events because it's so casual. But then when you get in the main event, for some reason, people are just afraid to do it. I don't know why, you know, but it's just the way it is.
One thing I've noticed, and the episode where we had Judge Phil on, we talked about this. Um, I called a judge at DLC Atlanta and was given a wrong answer about something and lost the game because of how I played based upon that answer.
Oh, snap.
And on top of that, the judge was like super rude to me because apparently I didn't ask the question in the correct lingo, which is something that Toby and I have talked about. Like,
Hmm.
but I don't think the community always knows that, like, there's a way sometimes that you have to phrase the question in order to get an answer. And I think that can also lead to the intimidation. And
Yeah.
I won't lie, getting the wrong information definitely scarred me about wanting to call a judge for a while.
All right. Well, hopefully you're over that. So.
I'm over it now. That Atlanta was like last May.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I wasn't part of community
It's all
then. Not
good.
that I would have solved the problem, but you know, there were a lot of new folks judging in Atlanta. And in all fairness, like the Lorcana rules were fairly new and
Yes.
this was really, I'm not gonna say it was the first time people were, you know, implementing them or using those guidelines, but you know, there were a lot of people on that in an event that big and an event that was carrying that much weight because there was a lot of weight behind DLC Atlanta, right? It was official Ravensburger sponsored event. And so there's some uncertainty as to like, ooh, what they have defined competitive play, but we don't know how much they're going to enforce it. Now we see like we're doing takebacks and stuff like that now. And so some of the things have relaxed quite a bit because their intention is to make the game, you know, a fun game to play and understanding that people make mistakes sometimes. You have to be careful with it, but you know, they're going to be people that are going to game that before it's over with. And undoubtedly that policy, the one with takebacks, will be tweaked and clarified as time goes on, as incidents and things occur. But I do appreciate the spirit of it. You know, as a player, as a judge, it could be a nightmare, but as a player, you know.
I also think, when we first started seeing bigger competitive events, judges were coming, a lot of judges, and like I don't want to make a broad spectrum that everybody, but a lot of judges were coming in from other TCGs and therefore like maybe interpreting Lorcana rules through a Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, whatever lens. Versus now, I think Lorcana has enough of an identity, has been around long enough, we've had judges long enough that we can interpret the rules through the Lorcana lens,
Yep.
which I also think changes things a little bit
We're getting there.
in a positive way.
Yeah, they with their set guides and with you know, their rules updates and stuff. I think I appreciate the fact that they're evolving, you know. So we'll see. Growing pains sometimes. All right, let's get into some cards now, right? Can't wait.
Do it.
Can't wait. All righty. So what's that? Here we go.
I said, let's go.
Let's
I'm
go.
excited.
All right, here we go. All righty. So tonight, what we're going to do is we are going to look at our top 10 most anticipated cards from Whispers in the Well. Now, let me clarify this. Okay, I had to even clarify it with Sabrina before we did this, right? These are not what we're saying are the best cards in the set. I got to get that off the table from the get-go. All right, so not the most powerful, not the best cards, although some of them may well be, right? These are the cards
They probably might be.
Yeah, they probably might be.
Yeah.
These are the cards that the three of us are, between the three of us, are looking forward to playing the most. Whether it's experimenting, put them in our deck, or wreaking havoc on people, whatever it may be. You know, and I can tell you that some of them that my co-host list are cards that I purposely left off my list because I don't want them played against me. so I am not anticipating having fun with those cards at all. But to each their own. So, you know, so tonight what we're going to do is we're going to look at this list. And the way we did it, we each submitted a top 10 list and we ranked them. I combined them and, you know, scored them based on where we ranked them. And we created a combined top 10 list. But before we get to our top 10, let's take a look at some of the cards that we listed but didn't make the top 10 cut. And I did, if they had an enchanted or an epic art, I put that in. So it might throw you off a little bit in here. All right, so here we go. The first little group of cards, and whoever picked the card amongst us can talk about it, right? So we got Simba, and my glasses with this glare are killing me. Simba, King in the Making, Prince Charming, Protector of the Realm, and Fragile as a Flower. So Simba, King in the Making is a 7-cost amber card, inkable, 5/5, with boost 3. It says whenever, I got to lean in closer to this one. Sorry, folks. Whenever you put a card under this character, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a character card, you may play that character for free, and they interplay, exert it. Otherwise, put it on the bottom of your deck. So real quick, I think Sabrina, you had this card? Yeah. So
Yeah,
you get to talk about it. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. You go ahead.
Mufasa?
Is that what it is?
That's all I have to say.
Mufasa?
That's kind of what I was thinking
Yeah,
too.
right.
I was
Okay.
almost going to put this on
Fair
there
enough.
too.
I loved Mufasa Roulette. That was my fun deck back in the day.
Okay.
I won a couple like locals with it, but I loved that deck. Do I think this is going to be good? Probably not. Would I love to play this, especially in like a limited or something? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
All right. Cool.
I feel like 7 just makes it a little too costly, maybe.
I agree,
let's not
actually.
knock the
7
cards,
and then
Jake.
having to do the 3.
Let's not knock the honorable mention cards. We can knock the cards all day long, but we got to get to the main list, right? So, I picked Prince Charming. He's a 3/10 steel inkable 7-cost bodyguard. Quest for 2. He has an ability each turn. Only one character can challenge. All I can say is, if you want to stall the game and you want to make life miserable for your opponent, get you a bunch of little questers, drop him on the board, and, tell them find Under the Sea or something, because they ain't going to challenge in your stuff and get rid of it.
True.
This card was on my short list.
Yeah. I think that it's quite, like I said, these aren't the best cards in the set, but man, it sure would be fun to aggravate somebody with this one. That's why I put it on my
You
list.
do end up getting to drop it down. Like,
What's that?
It's detrimental.
I just realized his shield has the steel symbol on it. That is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
it is
didn't
pretty
realize
cool.
that at first.
All right. Next card, 3-cost inkable amethyst card, Fragile as a Flower. It is a song. Draw a card, exert chosen character would cost 3 or less. They can't ready at the start of their next turn. So who put that one in there?
I had that one, but
Okay.
I just like it
Good,
because
Jake.
it's a song.
Okay.
I think it seems like it's pretty good. It has the draw card text. I think that's good.
Right.
But being able to like just have something that just can't ready as well too, whether it wants to challenge your aggro stuff or whether it's going to be supporting something, I feel like it could be good if we can get something to sing it with.
Yeah.
But not the best.
No, anything that draws a
I love
card
the
that's a
Rapunzel
song,
art.
right? It gets my attention.
Yeah, like,
So,
of course. And if you
Okay.
could, like with some of these like other ones, maybe the aerial and stuff like that. Who knows?
Yeah. All right, let's see. Next
If we were to
group.
go songs, I feel like we would maybe go Amber Amethyst next.
Ooh, the Madrigals, right? Everybody's
Yeah.
forgot about them.
I know, they come back.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Now, I almost had Goliath on my list. Almost. I have plans for him. So, but anyways, Goliath Clan Leader, 6-cost inkable steel card, 6/5. His ability, which is a tricky one, when it comes to the end of the turn. At the end of each player's turn, if they have more than 2 cards in their hand, they choose and discard cards until they have 2. If they have fewer than 2 cards in their hand, they draw until they have 2. This is not a May ability. Okay, it's going to happen. And then, of course, he has Stone by Day, which all the gargoyles have. If you have 3 or more cards in your hand, he cannot ready. So, Sabrina, I think you had him on your list, right?
This was mine. I will start by saying I don't think I am as excuse me. I don't know that I'm as high on like gargoyles as a whole or as an archetype as some folks. But his first ability, that Dusk to Dawn, seems really cool to me.
Yep.
Limiting your opponent's hand size without using additional cards to force them to discard, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I think is pretty cool. And Obviously, there's a downside potentially with you only having 2 cards, but I think just the even playing field is kind of cool, especially against decks that draw so many cards.
Yeah.
Um, I'm excited to test this out for
I,
sure.
I, I
Also
had
interested to see what kind of color combo he could work best in.
I had an opponent playing a blue steel deck against me, and I was playing a very low to the ground deck. I appreciated being able to draw 2 extra cards on every one of my turns.
Mm-hmm.
So, but one thing about his
True.
ability, and I want to comment on this is in a rules thing. I actually asked it on the rules hub for the judges and stuff on the Lorcana rules hub, just to make sure I was correct. You can, when you go to end a turn and you look at your abilities to see if any of them trigger. Let's say you have fewer than 2 cards in your hand, so this thing triggers, right? So if you have any number other than 2, it triggers. But even if it triggered for less than 2, you're going to basically do with whatever cards you have in your hand at the time you pull it out of the bag. So if I had Scar or somebody that caused me to draw cards in between this, and now all of a sudden I have more than 2, even though less than 2 sent it to the bag, having more than 2, I'm going to discard. So they did not separate the abilities out. The abilities are together. So, yeah, neat little thing. Okay. Our next card is a 4-cost uninkable Song for steel. He hurled his thunderbolt. Deal 4 damage to chosen character. Your deity characters gain challenge +2 this turn. I think this was yours, Jake, right?
Yeah. I feel like the deity is not necessarily the most important part, but just having a song that can just deal 4 damage, I feel like would be cool in anything that plays steel.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. The deity's not the most
damage is
important
good.
part, but don't underestimate it.
I don't underestimate the deity, but who does that hit? Does that hit
Hades,
a
Maui.
Maui shark?
Yeah, and there's
What's the other?
plenty of Hades running around here.
Oh,
So,
okay. Hades is one too. That
Yeah.
couldn't be. Yeah, that might not be underestimated. And if you're playing more of a mid-range, like blue steel or something like that, I feel like getting the 4 singer is much easier.
Well, yeah, that's the big thing, right? Is the 4 damage. Nobody's going to play it for the second ability. I'm just saying, don't underestimate it. You don't look at this card and go, "Oh, my deities get challenger too. I'm putting 4 of this uninkable in my deck." So,
No, I feel like it could just be like a 2 or 1 if you need it, just as a little extra something.
Yeah. This takes, what was it? Long Came Zeus. That was everybody's favorite before.
Yeah,
It did 5
Deal
damage.
5.
Right. So this is the fill
Obviously
in the
that was
gap.
better with the steel songs too, and having
Right.
the 3-drop 5 singer
And
is
it could
much
hit
better.
locations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, anyways.
Yeah, but this one gives your deity characters +2 challenger.
That's right. Don't underestimate
you
that.
know what? I'm gonna show up with my deity deck, and you're all gonna be caught off guard.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
My God's deck is gonna
You're right.
take the win.
I will be caught off guard if you do that.
For sure.
All right. Next card. It is an item, sapphire item, 2-cost inkable ink runner, 2 available. What kind of word was that? 2 abilities. When you play this item, draw a card. I have popsicle vibes there. And then the second ability, Ready to Ride, you exert it, pay 1 ink. Chosen character gains alert this turn. And for those of you who don't know, alert is a new keyword that basically says that characters can challenge as if they had evasive for that turn. All right. Well, if they get it for this turn. So, Jake, I think this was yours as well.
I also had this one too. I just feel like anything that's gonna have people put their Tamatoas back in their deck. I feel like that's a cool card, and I think that people will just if it draw a card replacing ability or item.
I would agree with you on that. I think I don't miss the items deck. Don't get me wrong. I don't miss
either,
playing
but
against it. Right.
I'm not like, since there's no item deck though now, it kind of feels like you're missing something.
Exactly.
That's what it's gotta be there.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. This card, I thought about putting it in my list for the very reason that I thought, well, heck, this card alone will make me explore if I can build an item deck now.
It'll be played and tested out much more.
Yeah. So, all right. Next
Get their
group.
Tamatoas back.
Here we go. Woo! Mowgli, 2-cost inkable amber character, 1 strength, 2 willpower. Mowgli Man Cub. His ability, any quest for one, have a better look. When you play this character, chosen opponent reveals their hand and discards a non-character card of their choice. Jake, I think this was yours as well.
I did. I love
It
the
was on
ones
mine
that.
too.
Was it on
Oh,
yours
did you
too?
have that one too? Yeah. Oh, well, let's
I
do
missed
this
that.
one. I just like Elda Ursula and Ludwig type effects where you can discard something. Obviously, Ursula hits the songs, which
Yeah.
I feel like now, since the song decks aren't as popular, that's not going to get hit as much. So hitting like an item or one of the actions from Mowgli or Ludwig,
Yeah.
like this is the same thing, but inkable, and I have
Yeah,
more
this
like
is better than Ursula.
better. Yeah,
I mean, other
yeah,
than
much better.
missing the one willpower on the end because
You're losing
it takes more
one
than just
willpower, I
songs.
guess.
You know?
I think there's a fundamental difference that makes it like also questionably not better. So like it hits a wider variety of things, which is a plus side. However, your opponent gets to choose what they're discarding.
That's true.
Yeah.
I missed that part.
Yeah, but I
Which,
feel like if it's
yeah,
gonna hit something, it's gonna be only a choice of one or two. You're gonna have mostly characters, I feel.
I mean,
So
you would hope that, but how many times have you played an Ursula into a Steel Songs deck and they have like back in the day they had like 2 strengths, a storm, and a whole new world.
yeah,
Ugh.
I guess even now you could have like a second star, a
Into
like
the unknown.
sail.
Yeah.
I guess
I mean,
but
definitely,
You can
I
catch a
think
sail.
hitting blue, it has the most targets.
and
Right.
but that's the thing is imagine hitting this on two when they're about to play their sail, and then you just take out their sail.
That'd be cool.
It took the wind right out of their sail.
Oh, wah,
I
wah,
feel like
wah,
that
wah, wah.
would be pretty good.
Nice one, Sabrina. Okay, here we go. Next one. Well, this is the money card of the set for now. 6 card inkable amethyst card Demona, Scourge of the Wyvern Clan. 5/6 beastly character that quests for 2. She of course has Stone by Day. She's gargoyle, so if you have more than 3 cards in your hand, she can't ready. But her big ability is when you play this character, exert all opposing characters, then each player with fewer than 3 cards in their hand draws until they have 3. I'm telling you, all right, first of all, I know it was in your list, Sabrina, I believe, right? So you go ahead and talk to it first.
I don't really have much to say about this one, I'm going to be honest. It was on my list. I think that this is one of those that I was peer pressured into thinking was cooler than I truly think it is. Because our entire play group is really high on this card.
Yeah, it's a good card.
I do think it's cool. I think similarly to how I felt about Goliath, just the hand manipulation on the card is pretty cool. The coolest thing I think is actually I'm so curious to see if this and that purple item where you gain a lore for each character
That's
exerted.
exerted on your
Yeah,
turn, I think. Yeah.
yeah. I'm so curious to see if that's actually feasible in any capacity. But this is the cooler card of the two, so this
Or
is the one that
Taka.
made my list.
But, everybody looked at her and like Taka because if you exert I had that card that says if you exert an opponent's character on your turn, it banish them. Or when their
Yeah.
when their character becomes exerted. Yep. I think this card to me is very dangerous for aggro decks that haven't been able to cross the line. Because you're going to end up exerting the whole field. Dogs decks that like to sit around and not do anything until they find what they're looking for. Those days are if especially in a Sapphire Amethyst deck that will ramp into this. Those days are over, fellas. It's just like, it's, yeah. Now, I play a very low to the ground deck, and I mean, most of you know I play Green Steel Chronicon right now just because I have fun with it. I'm okay with this card. It usually filling my hand up, and even if they exert, all my characters are turned sideways anyways, and,
That kind of just looks like draw 3.
Yeah, it does to
Right.
me. To me, it does.
Yeah,
just
for
like,
all my decks I play, yeah.
I like
for sure.
bouncing it back to their hands, see if they play it again whenever they kill
Yeah,
one of my
right? I wanna
characters.
draw more.
Like, play it again. I need more cards. Okay. Yeah, this is a very powerful card, and I'll save some conversation on its power because we will do a list for what we feel the best cards of the set, and undoubtedly
Yes.
this will be on the list. All right. Jake, you had the next one. It is Iago Stomping Mad. He is a 0/2 2-cost inkable amethyst card with quest for 1 has Challenger 5.
I was looking for the uncommon and more common cards and not just the legendaries and the big hitters too. So I saw this initially and I thought just Rafiki's good with giving it +3, but getting on 2, having +5, even having that just sitting there and saying, okay, your turn. Like, you probably don't want to have anything go into that. It takes out rhinos if we're going to see more of that play. Who knows? But I think just having 5 on a 2 cost is big.
Yep.
It's scary.
That is pretty big. So,
I'd play it. And
right.
Amethyst would probably play it.
I'm going to go to our last honorable mention card because we got about 30 minutes to get through our top 10. So here we go. Our last honorable mention was one of only 2 cards in our honorable mention that showed up on more than one list, and that is Hercules. He is a 5/3 ruby 4-cost uninkable card. Is Hercules Mighty Leader. 2 abilities. First, ever vigilant. This character can't be dealt damage unless he's being challenged. And ever valiant. While this character is exerted, your other hero characters can't be dealt damage unless they are being challenged. So both Sabrina and I had this on our list. Go ahead, Sabrina. I'll let you go first.
Yeah. When I put this in my deity deck, and then I slap you with that +2, you're not going to know what hit you.
That's right.
Didn't know this was a deity.
It's Hercules. What do you mean you didn't know it was a deity?
So the great thing about this is it's only when he's being challenged that he takes damage. Not when he challenges.
Right.
Not from, the Thunderbolt. Not from anything else, right? You can move damage counters on him, don't get me wrong, but only when he is challenged can he take damage. And your other heroes as well. Cool. Yeah, that's a good ability. I like that too. I think it's something worth building around, so. All right, let's get into our real list, okay? I did not put the first card in the list on our deck on my list, but it has got the coolest artwork in the game to me, and that is the Headless Horseman, Terror of Sleepy Hollow. I can't wait to see the foil version of this card with that pumpkin. I hope it's popping out. I hope they 3D it somehow, right?
Yeah.
So good. It's already coming out right on the floor.
I know, right? That's so cool. And this is one of my favorite Disney cartoons. I'm so glad that they put this in here. Anyway, okay. So he is a 4/2 ruby 5-cost uninkable card that quests for 2 abilities. First of all, he's a villain. When you play this character, banish chosen opposing character with 2 power or less, and gathering strength during your turn. Whenever an opposing character is banished, each of your character gets +1 strength this turn. I think you had it in your list, Jake.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I think it's cool because it's like a Madame Medusa-like effect. And since that rotated out, I guess this is just replacing that. But it also has additional text too. So
yeah, I didn't put it on my list because this card, like all of my cards are 2 strength or less. And I was like, this card just eats my deck up.
All of my stuff.
I'm not gonna have any fun playing against this card. Who am I fooling? I might like playing it, but I'm not gonna have any fun playing it. I don't want to anticipate playing against this card. That's all I can say. This was one of them that I was like, no. Okay. So we had a tie for 9 and 10. So let's go to the next one. It was a card I put on my list. Goofy Emerald Champion. He has 3/5, 5-cost uninkable, quest for 2. His abilities, both I think, are very powerful. Whenever one of your other Emerald characters is challenged and banished, banish the challenging character, and your other Emerald characters gain ward. So, being an Emerald player, I think they embodied the color perfectly with their champion card. I almost when I did my top 10 anticipated cards, I almost did like 1 entry for all the gargoyles because it's like, I want to kind of see how they all work and those overpowered cards that don't ready. And the champions was also, I had each one I was like, I like all of the champions, that whole cycle. I like the ideal of it. But I don't know how far I'll make it with this. I am learning something about my deck while I'm playing on Lorcanita right now, usually I play very low to the ground, but I think I've got room to expand considerably with it, and this card will probably go in the deck. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Let us know how that works if you do pop it in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think that top ability is crazy. Like,
Yeah, it's like no touchy.
yeah, it's like, especially playing a Chronicon deck, not only will I banish your character, I'm going to return another to your hand.
Yep.
And they're going to have the challenge or erase me. So, yeah.
This card is very, Jake, you said no touchy, which reference to the set 1 Cusco, which also had ward.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
So I feel
embodied
like
green
they
perfectly.
I feel like they were like, what was the coolest set 1 green card
And
we
also,
made?
it was a
All right,
Cusco.
too,
now
right?
let's expand it.
Yeah, let's make all of your characters Cusco, right? With the champion card here. That's a good
I
point.
kind of love that. Yeah, and especially with like the Chromicon like Dex plan, where it's just like, I'm gonna quest, and you're gonna not want to challenge into my stuff because it's gonna do not fun things for you. But I also like
very on brand.
yeah, this doesn't have to be exerted as well for you to get the ability, so you can kind of just have it chill, even though it doesn't
You
also
can just
gain
kinda
ward
hold
itself.
back.
But yeah.
And by the way, for anybody in chat, feel free to drop comments in. You see a card you like here, you got comments on it. By all means, participate in the discussion. If you're listening, not live on YouTube or something, drop your comments, drop your thoughts in the comments, and we'll read them and be happy to respond to them and include them in the show next time. So, all right, here we go. Next 8. I put this one on my list. I put this one very high on my list. I love this card. I don't know how powerful it is yet. I'm not sure about it, but I want to try and break it for sure. And that's the Black Cauldron. It is an amber item, 3 costs unequal. The first ability is you exert it, pay 1. You can put a character card from your discard under that item face up, and then rise and join me. You pay 1 and exert it, and this turn you may play characters from under this item. So, yeah, you can play as many characters as you want, and I think that you still got to pay for them. It's not like you get to put them into play for free. You still got to have cards in your discard, so it's not like I really don't think this is like a game-changing card. But I think it would be fun to play with, especially in something like a heroic format. I think it would be kind of cool with that.
Yeah,
so,
you get the time to do it.
So yeah, so I usually only collect the enchantments from Frozen from each set for my daughter. I am actually interested in this one for myself. So all right, so
cool.
1 copy of it. Okay.
I'll keep my eyes peeled for you.
The next one, speaking of Frozen enchantments, can't hold back anymore. Yeah. Cool. Guess who's got to spend money and get this set? Oh,
I need to.
Yeah.
That's
Thankfully,
I hadn't seen this enchanted. Holy moly, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's not an overpowered card where the price of it's going to be like off the chart, like Into the Unknown was. So, here we go. Can't hold back anymore. 4 cost unequal song, amethyst song. Exert chosen opposing character. Move all damage counters from all other characters to that character. This card has so many effects that are relevant to the game right now. Exert a character, moving all damage. What I like is, especially with Ruby Amethyst right now, if you're playing against Ruby Amethyst with all their little damage counters everywhere, moving around with Mother Gothel and everything, you just wipe them all out and put them onto a character and get rid of all those damage moving shenanigans. So to me, it's a hate card. That's the way I look at it. So, but then
especially
again,
playing like aggro and everyone's like coming after you.
Yeah.
Like I've had so many instances where they've had like so much damage on an Elsa or a Hades or something like that. So I feel like this just seems good enough to maybe throw one of them in there and see how it works.
Likewise, if you're
Kelsey,
playing,
what do you think about this?
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go first.
So like Amethyst Emerald Brain, what do you think about this potentially into like a go-go to end a game?
So,
Ooh.
Yeah, if you have the right character. And that was, I was thinking about this with go-go interaction in 2 ways. One, just like you said, but also how Amethyst could use it to protect themselves from go-go by getting all the damage off the board, So that's why I said it's a very relevant card. to the meta, I think. So, you know,
Yeah, I
but
think so.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how much it'll be played, but
Well, I like
I'm
it
sure
for what
George-
I'll try it out.
Sabrina went and said it, and I was just holding on to it in my back pocket. Was Emerald Amethyst? Just I'd like to
I
be
had a
able
light
to.
bulb moment.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to
Yeah,
sing
yeah,
this
yeah.
card,
We're
sing
cooking.
it, and then
Sorry.
follow up with a go. Yeah, that'd be nice. You
Yeah.
know, or somebody's Hades,
We're
or you know, because there's plenty of
Hades,
3/7
throw 5
Hades in
damage on
here.
it.
Yeah. So, all right.
Oh yeah.
All right, next, number 6, Shere Khan, Fearsome Tiger. He is a 5/4 Emerald, 6-cost, uninkable, evasive character that quests for 2. His ability, when this character quests, banish chosen opposing damaged character. Then you may put 1 damage counter on another chosen character. So I think Sabrina and I both had this on our list. So go ahead, Sabrina. I'll let you go first.
If this character lines up, if it lines up correctly, you could potentially take out 2 characters with that second ability.
Sure.
Also, a 5/4 with evasive is just like a 5/4 with evasive is pretty big, especially because it doesn't have like vanish. Because like the biggest evasive character I can think of that's played right now is Iago, which obviously is a threat to this, but we have enough spells to just get rid of that. I don't know how playable this is really going to be. Like 6-drop on Inkable's kind of steep.
Yeah.
But I think you could do a lot of fun things with it.
I play right now the Anna card that basically she's 3 costs, but you can pay 2 to get the Ring the Bell effect. She's a 5-drop for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I look at this and I'm like, I could go 1 more. You know, but it does not have a comes into play effect, and that's the problem I have with
Yeah,
it.
it's a quest.
Right.
So that's it. But if it
It's gotta
starts to
last
go, if it gets to going, it will go. So
He hurls his thunderbolt at Shere Khan.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what happens. Yeah, that's,
I was also going to say, I think that
Yeah.
there are a lot of setups you could have for taking out Shere Khan, because you can have that, even in the
Yeah.
deck you showed me earlier, that steel card, that 3-drop that has a 4/4 with a alert, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
That just kind of just takes that out pretty easily.
yeah. So
yes, but
yeah.
it would still get a trigger off in that case because
True.
unless you find a way to like make it attack an unexerted character.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I'm getting 1 trigger off of this card, if I'm getting to gain 2 lore, banish one of your damage characters and put a damage on another character, I feel like I'm happy.
yeah, it's
Like,
a high
the
roll
dream
card
is
for
to do it
sure.
twice. Yeah,
Mhm.
like the
Yeah.
dream is to be able to do it twice, right? Because the second turn,
Oh, this is
I'm gonna
Yeah.
banish
limited
the
bomb.
Yeah. So
Right.
I look at this. I look at this card. We had this conversation about Bolt in a way. You know, you got to treat Bolt like a bodyguard, right? When he comes into play, exert it with that
Yeah.
4 ink. As soon as Shere Khan hits the board, all of my other characters are safe from your removal spells in your hand. So is the way I look at it, because
There you go,
they're
This is
going
What
what
to
you
put
about
have to
in.
deal
this
with
with
now,
the-
or else.
Oh, but you play Goofy on 5,
Yeah.
and then you play this on 6.
Yeah.
You can't.
All your
now it has
uninkable deck.
ward.
Well, Goofy, they'll move.
Oh my god!
They'll remove Goofy
Now I
first.
just have to figure out how to add ink to this deck.
Well, see,
Yeah.
that's all about setup. Hey, I'm going to tell you something right now. Ink is not going to be a problem for Emerald.
I agree.
It's not going to be a problem. I have played right now with my deck, and I sit on 6 to 7 ink with no problem, and I only drop 3 of it on my own. That's it. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
with the
they
way
ended up
people are
giving you a
putting
lot of
stuff
it.
in your inkwell and a card in our list in here, which we'll talk about in a moment. You know, so yeah. All right. Let's get to the next one here. All right, here we go. The next one is our number 5 card. It is an Emerald Song, malicious, mean, and scary. It is a 3-cost inkable card. Put 1 damage counter on each opposing character. Both Sabrina and I had this on our list. So, I mean, I'm an Emerald player. You know, I'm going to have it on my list. So,
Your Shere Khan setup right here.
yeah. Well, I think everybody's looking at this with Prince Philip is what they
Inkable.
want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for
So,
sure, Prince Philip
yeah.
setup. I just like that it's widespread damage.
Yeah.
Especially against a lot of those like low to the ground decks. Just being able to put damage on things is a big deal.
Yeah.
Also, the thing I really liked about this is that it's not deal 1 damage, it's put 1 damage character, which
It's to
bypasses resist.
Yep. Yep.
And then suddenly your Nala isn't as good because it's only questing for 2.
Right. And Calhoun has already got 1 on it. So
Absolutely.
now
And
you're, yeah.
Your bolt doesn't have resist now.
Yep. Yep.
So that was like a big thing for me, is that it takes the edge off of a lot of cards.
Yep. And if you don't know the combo by now with Prince Philip, you know, there's the 3/2 Prince Philip with Ward, it quests for 2. And then you have the 9-drop uninkable Prince Philip that I think he shifts for 4, or is it 6? I don't remember. I've lost it. But point being,
it might be 6.
Yeah, point being is you can sing this song with your 3/2 Philip and then shift the other Philip onto him, and he, of course, banishes all opposing characters with damage on them. So yeah, it's a cool card. Yep. One that I definitely anticipate playing. That's for sure. So again, may not be the most powerful, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to try to make this combo work. You know,
But yeah,
a lot of cards, things got to line up just right to get it off. But yeah. All right, next on the list. All right, Daisy Duck, Paranormal Investigator. She is a 4/6 6-cost inkable Sapphire card. She is a Floodborn character. She shifts for 4, has support, quests for 2. Her ability, which is why I'm sure we like her. While this character is exerted, cards enter opponent's inkwells exerted. Go ahead, Sabrina. Let's talk about her.
I play my 1-drop Amber Daisy. I quest a couple times. I shift. I don't know. It seems good to me.
Yeah.
Seems good to me.
I tell you what.
I think it's,
Go ahead, Jake.
I was going to say, again, with the Daisy Duck, but I think there might be another one you could play. I don't know. But this just does seem like the best color combo for it. But having their ink enter exerted just is, it's much.
Down
It's
just a little.
I feel like it's a good slowdown, but for aggro, I feel like it might not have a big effect for you too, because you might not even be inking all that much as well too.
Yeah, that's what you and I had kind of talked about the other night. It's like, how often are you sitting on 2 or 3 anyway? That by the time
that's
your
what I was
opponent's
thinking.
playing this.
But if they have this out, I feel like you might be in a bad position anyway, though.
It's a 4/6 body.
Sure, could be pretty good. 4/6 quest for 2,
Yeah.
And if they're gonna have that down on 4 as compared to not playing for 6, like if they sail or TPO too, like they're playing that turn 3.
There are cards.
4/6 with support. Their TPO is massive.
Yeah.
They got a bulky TPO.
Even though I feel like it could be not as good against the aggro, I feel like it's just a good card regardless.
Yep.
Because if you're not playing against aggro, then their coming in exerted is just slowing them down so much.
I would not underestimate the power that this card will have to swing tempo. You know, this game is very tempo oriented, and I'm gonna tell you what. Like you look at Blurple, right? Blurple has a very fine, like I'm gonna walk down this line. Here's my curve, right?
They get disrupted.
You interrupt a curve. This card interrupts curves. If you can drop it on 4, you know, or 3, shift it on 3 in the right deck. You know, I play my turn 1 Daisy. I play Sail. I shift her in on the next turn.
Good. I like that.
And now I have on turn 3. I have started interrupting your curve right away. And a lot of people throw cards back. They keep it 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now all of a sudden you can't play your 3-drop on turn 3. What are you going to play? You got rid of your 2s and your 1s. You inked them in anticipation of playing your 3.
Yep.
This card's going to jack some people up. So, you know.
Yeah, I definitely anticipate trying something out with this.
Yeah. I am. Oh, trust me. It's just, you know, this between this and the bodyguard, I'm not going to let you attack, and I'm not going to let you use your ink. So
Oh my gosh, this is perfect for my Detective Judy Hopps deck too. Then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. All righty. Next card. Where we at? We're at number. Okay. So we're almost to the end of our list. Wow, we're cruising. Okay. So we had a tie for the number 2 spot. And
we skip 3.
No, because 2, since we have a tie for 2 spot.
2.
Yeah.
2 and 3 are the tie. Okay.
2 and 3 are tied. Okay. So here's the first one. It is Spooky Sight. It is in action. 6 cost uninkable sapphire card. Put all characters with cost 3 or less into their player's inkwells, face down, and exert it. Now, I'm going to say this. I did not put this card on my list. I'm not saying it's not powerful.
You don't want to play against it.
Exactly. But I want the enchanted. This is the number 2 enchanted I want from the set because this artwork, again, I love the artwork with the horseman and the pumpkin coming out. And this one with him holding up the pumpkin and the characters, I love the artwork. So that's all I'll say about the card.
Characters and they're like paranormal. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
It's great.
Honestly, the
Enchanted.
artwork on the regular one of this card is really cool too.
Yeah.
Like I think this card just has good artwork.
Yep. All right. So you guys had this on your list. So you're anticipating playing it. You can understand why I am not anticipating playing against it and playing it. So I'll let you guys talk to it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jake.
I was going to say the card that was revealed before this one, I think it was really similar. It was, I think, of the 4-drop uninkable where you just put a character into their inkwell face down and exerted, and then you put their top of their inkwell face down and exerted. I think that got an epic variant, but that one was really cool because I was wondering if that was giving them 2 ink is a lot, but that was I didn't know if it was going to affect it too much giving them that much, but this is putting a decent amount in there. But they have nothing at that point. And I think it also is good for you as well when you can ramp and put your Tipo in the inkwell or something that you also play on 1. So I think it's good for you and bad for all the aggro that you're going to be playing against.
I think this card is good. Like, obviously, removing everything cost 3 or less is good. There's, especially against decks like you have right now with dogs, which is 90% cost 3 or less.
Yeah.
I also don't necessarily think that putting their cards into the inkwell face down and exerted is that bad.
No.
Because
when it's the mass like this, for sure. Then they lose all of it.
Well, and those aggro decks, I'm trying to think of how I want to say this. If you have enough 1 to 3 drops out where this card is going to be effective, or your most effective line, you probably don't have, your opponent probably doesn't have a ton of cards in hand.
Nope.
Yeah, so they've probably
why
already
do I
dumped
care
everything
if
out.
you have? I don't care if you have 15 ink if you're top decking.
Yeah,
at that point,
sure.
the difference between you being on 6 ink and you being on 15 ink is like negligible to me.
Yeah.
Yes, there's situations where like that's not the case. I'm not saying like blanket statement, but like I don't think it's as big of a drawback as it initially looks in a lot of circumstances.
The decks that this card is putting the cards in the inkwell against are really not going to be in a position to utilize the ink. I know firsthand. I've had it dropped on me already. Yeah. Now I knew it was coming, and so I purposely held back a dock so that I could, use it. And when that happened, so you just got to be aware of it. If you're an aggro player, you got to know if you're playing against Sapphire, this is a thing. And this is why I was talking about earlier, where I think that Emerald is not going to have a problem with ink. This was one of the cards. Right. It's not the card, but this is one reason, right? Because most of the removal that folks are going to be using against fast green decks or fast decks are going to be things that are putting cards in your inkwell, and you end up with quite a few in there. So I think if you could tweak those decks to where they're not so low to the ground, have a few good top deck cards, I think, which has been the bane of those decks anyways, right? A lot of them stop at 3 to 4 ink. But now you have to accept the reality that I might stop myself at 3 to 4 ink, but my opponent's probably going to put me on 5, 6 ink, maybe even 7.
Yeah, they're just going to force some ink in there anyway.
Right. All right, next card, which is the one to me that's going to make Emerald have plenty of cards in its inkwell. And both Sabrina and I had this on our list. It is Webby. Is it Wonderquack? I can't see it. I don't know. Okay. It's Webby. It's Webby. It's Webby. That's all I know. It's Webby. Webby, Junior Prospector. It is an Emerald 4-cost inkable 2/4 Floodborn ally. She shifts for 2. It has Ward, which that is not to be That's a great ability, by the way. Quest for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Her ability is work smarter. Whenever this character quests, if an opponent has more cards in their inkwell than you, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. I'd be running this with the shift target in my Chronicon deck. It is a freaking amazing card. The fact that I can on turn 3, I can sing Strength of the Rage of Fire with her after unloading some cards like that. Plus she could quest and add more cards to my inkwell on the draw. Like she's almost always adding a card to the inkwell, you know?
You can stop inking a little bit earlier because ultimately, like we said, most of the decks that the three of us play lately, you don't need a ton of ink.
Yeah.
So if I can stop inking on 3 and just let her kind of carry me for a few more turns, that's great.
Yeah. And
seems good.
That 2/4 body is not easy to get rid of early in the game. So if she can shift on 2, if she can shift on 2, it's amazing. You know, so yeah, I love this card. I'm excited. This is like a card that I was probably most excited about. She was on top of my list. So
love this card.
Yeah.
This was a close number 2 for me. Yeah. And I think the only reason, because I had Spooky Sight further up, I honestly think the artwork moves Spooky Sight just a little bit higher for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I love that so much. I think you're right, actually.
So
yeah. Okay, so
must need
the top card on our list, and we're just in time because we're running up against our hour, was one that we all had rated pretty high on our list. Not at the number 1 spot, or one of us had it at number 2, but here we go. Is Hades. Hades, looking for a deal. He has a 3/4 Amethyst 5-cost inkable card. His ability, he quests for 1. What do you say? When you play this character, you may choose an opposing character. If you do, draw 2 cards unless that character's player puts that card on the bottom of their deck. So I think this card, I used to say this card says when you play it, draw 2 cards, but But I actually chose when somebody was playing against me, I didn't want them drawing the cards. I went ahead and banished my character. So, because I saw their hand and they were playing Emerald Sapphire, Amethyst Sapphire, and they were on 5 ink when they played this. And I knew they had a Hades and a second star in their hand, and that was it. I was like, I'm not giving you ink. I let them, they banished my Scrooge McDuck. So, you know, but I was like, yeah, you can have my character. I'm not going to let you have ink. So
yeah,
but
no downside to this. It's just either you have to get rid of your character or I'm going to draw cards. So you have to choose, because it also gives them like a thing, like they have to are put in a position where they're thinking more now.
Right.
Like, do I want to give them the cards or do I want to just lose this character?
And I feel like you're probably okay with either option at that point. Like,
yeah, you are.
When you're playing the Hades, yeah, because you get the Hades on board now too.
This card,
thinkable too.
This card to me is what makes me think I can play Emerald Amethyst again in this meta.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's tier 1, but go ahead.
I could be sold back to Emerald Amethyst this set. The Emerald cards are like really roping me in.
Yeah.
Ever since I played Emerald Steel, I've been loving Emerald cards since then. So we talked with that one guy on the podcast, and it was life changing.
Oh, the guy you guys had on when I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I was into Emerald then, and now
world.
Yeah.
My Emerald side, my Emerald brain just opened up.
I've been playing that deck before I even met that guy. In fact, I met that guy playing the deck. We played a mirror match on Lorcanarama, and so I love that. I love Chronicon, right? It's with Ring the Bell gone. The Emerald Chronicon is my favorite card.
Chronicon was so much
in the
fun
meta right now.
It was really fun to play that, and I'm hoping that we can continue with this set, but I'm not 100% sure what direction. So let me know.
Oh, it's good. Don't worry. There's stuff there. Scrooge McDuck is the real deal. I didn't put that card in this list because I was not anticipating playing it, but when I started playing it, I'm like, "Ooh, this card is good." He's going to be he'll be in my other list, my top 10 cards. That Scrooge McDuck is hard to get rid of. And he has a relevant comes into playability too. Like when you play him, you get to filter a card. So,
Mm.
you draw and discard. So even when they bounce it back to your hand, sometimes you don't mind playing him
You can
again.
still play it.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't care.
That's one of my favorite mechanics that I'm so glad they started putting on more cards.
Yeah. There's a
Like, let me
between
fix my hand a little bit. Thank God.
in Emerald
Yeah.
Steel, there are 8 1-drop. You get 8 1-drops that do that between Bobby and Mulan. And then you have 12 2-drops that do it between the new Scrooge, the old Yzma, who's a 2/2, which you'll probably never play her, and the new Gargoyle that's a 2/4 that does it.
Yeah.
And so if you want to play like the Chromicon combo where you're looking for Doc and Chromicon, you now have 16 cards on turn 1 and 2 that can filter. Yeah.
That's
anything
nice.
else, which is now why I think we can take advantage of that big ink, because all that ink that we're now going to have extra between Webby and burner cards. Like you now have, if you draw one of those cards, sometimes it's okay to hold on to it so that you can filter away a 1-drop on your next turn for a bigger card. And so that's why I think we can include now the bigger cards in the deck and get away with it. Whether or not it does anything, I don't know. It's just, it's like you just got to find the right combination, like any deck, right?
The cogs are turning.
So, hey, I bet
We're cooking, bro. We're cooking.
Hey, is that my son?
Mm-hmm.
I think my son is in the chat.
I was gonna ask if that was your son.
Oh man, ECO. It is. And my boy's listening to me. Oh, big fan from Florida. Oh, another one too. That's not my son.
I was gonna say, is that your son? You got 2 kids here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's his friend.
They're trying to get my numbers up. Hey, make sure you subscribe, fellas. Make sure you follow us. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Hold on. We're at the end of the show here, so we got to do our game, right? Hold on. Yeah. One other thing, I gotta promote something here. Ding, 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 ding. So November 22nd, in Pensacola, Florida, we are going to be having a big event. It is going to be a Pro Play Summit qualifying event for Orlando, which the Pro Play Summit in Orlando is December 12th through 14th. So November 22nd at Trinity Games, Pensacola, Florida. I have been gathering up prizing. I'm sure that the prizing is going to increase. Craig from Mattified is going to be donating Mattified Mat. We have 2 buys to give out to the main event in Orlando. So you can see up here, I have the link on the Play Hub. Please consider coming to the event. We invite everybody from Louisiana, Mobile, Alabama, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida. It's all within driving distance for everybody. And if you want to come from further, that's fine. The beaches still look good in November down here. So, there is a good place to be. We would love to have you down here. We are going to stream the event both on our platform here and on somebody else's platform that I am going to be doing commentary with them. So, Sabrina, you were going to be at that weekend at PAX. Yeah, at PAX. Yeah. So Jake, I'll get it with you.
That weekend is also Jake's birthday.
Is it? Well, never mind. Ooh, Jake will not be providing commentary that weekend here.
Jake will be at PAX.
Okay, there you go. All right. So anyways.
Live at PAX.
Yep. Okay, so you guys ready for your challenge here? Here we go.
Are we allowed to share a brain?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to make this easy for you.
It's our special talent.
Because right when I was looking for the card earlier, my daughter came in the room. And so I was like, oh, okay, this is what I'll do because she knows what this card does. But do you? Here we go. It is Elsa Ice Maker. She is a 5/5, 7-cost, uninkable, amethyst sapphire card. Sabrina, Jake, do you know what she does?
She probably
does it have shift?
Something.
Well, she's a Floodborn card, so you at least got the shift part, right? Do you know how much she shifts for? What's her shift cost?
I'm going to go with 5. I'm going to go with 5.
Okay.
All
right.
5, that makes sense.
And what's her ability?
I feel like she may have support too.
She's got an ability.
In the art, she's freezing something, so maybe.
Oh, wait. She's the one that taps 2. She's the one that taps 2 cards and they don't untap.
That's the 8-drop from set 1.
Damn it, I was so close.
No, I feel like it might have something to do with instead of maybe tap and then they can't ready at the start of your next turn.
That's what I just said.
All right.
No, but not 2 though. Maybe just 1.
Okay. All right. You guys are killing me.
Jake,
All right.
with you.
You're killing me. Let me.
No, it's not because that specific
Here
card
we
that
go.
you said was.
All right. Shifts 4, quest for 2. Winter Wall. Whenever this character quest, you may exert chosen character. If you do, and you have a character named Anna in play,
Oh, you
the
need the
chosen
Ana.
character can't ready at the start of their next turn. There you go. There's a reason why we
What you
play this
have
game,
is a
right?
whole
Close.
brain,
We were
What's
but
that?
it's not a good brain.
It was never a good Urain.
I'm glad I don't sit on the other side of this game. That's all I'll say.
Hey, we kind of cooked. It's shift 4. Never mind.
So, okay.
Shift 5 made sense to me, but 4 is fine. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Before we go, let's give
We
a
were
shout
almost
out
there.
to
Whenever they
Mattify.
quest as well, not when they're played.
Oh, all right. Sorry, Jake.
Right.
Didn't mean to holler over you there.
You're good.
All right, let's give a shout out to Mattify. They are not our sponsor; they're just our friends. So, anyways, here you go. Please visit their website www.mattify.com, and you can check out their cool play mats. And if you like them, you can come to that event in Pensacola, and join us there. And so, Jake,
Kelsey, we still have Mattified mats to give away, don't we?
we sure do. I can pull it up and show it.
Maybe we could cook something up for like the holiday season with that.
There it is. It's a nice shiny Elsa playmat. I'm not going to unwrap it, but I've showed it off several times. Yeah. Well, yeah, we got to get something. That mat is dedicated as a giveaway to this show. It's not going anywhere else. I'm not playing with it. I'm not going to give it away at an event. It's specifically for this show to give away. So yeah.
We'll get to cooking.
I should have offered it up for Milwaukee, but we'll see. Maybe Richmond.
We'll
I
be
don't know.
soon.
It is somewhere, right?
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Plan on going to that.
Who, me?
You were trying to do the
Me.
whole
Oh.
link
All of
up
us,
now.
right?
We could get a 3-person photo now.
Yeah, that'd be cool. By the way, I applied for Ghent to be a judge.
Oh, really?
Did you?
I did.
Good luck.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I talked to my wife about it, and she's like, "You
That would
should.
be huge
If you
if you
get
did
it,
it,
you
for
should
sure.
go."
That'd be exciting.
I'm gonna listen to her. Yep, and it'll work on my French. So,
Yeah.
Isn't it in Belgium?
yes, they speak French and German there,
That's
and English.
French and German. And
Yes.
English.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Do
you're
you
fine
know a
with
little bit of
English.
that language?
French. I know enough to
French or
I,
German?
I know enough French to live in France, but I'm not. I can't have a huge conversation with it right now.
Full
That's what I
conversation.
said. I got to work on it.
Enough to definitely communicate, though.
Yeah, I can get around. I can go in a store without speaking English. I can order food without speaking English, and
Nice.
I can listen to people and mostly understand. It's the talking back that sometimes gets me.
Yeah.
So-
Well, good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll work on it. Thankfully, most folks speak English over there anyway, so it should be
true.
okay. All right. Thank you for everybody in chat who joined us, including my son and his friends. So, and thank you all for being with us tonight. We will be back next week at our regular time, Tuesday night. This was a special night just because we won't be on this
11.
Tuesday. What's that?
Oh, yeah.
11/11 is the night we'll be back.
11/11. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Veterans Day. So if you see a Marine, give him a hug on
Good
November
day.
10th. So, it's our 250th birthday.
Where's the
This year.
Lorcanarama
Wow, I didn't know
merch?
that.
Yep. 250th birthday to Marine Corps coming
We're
up.
working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah, need somebody to make it. I need somebody who knows how to do graphics. Hint, hint, kid. Maybe
Well,
they
if you
can
get
make
the
some for us.
graphics, I know someone who can print the shirts.
Well, there we go.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
start.
weird. We know people.
That's a start. All right. We'll see you
We
all
have
later.
connections.
I got to go because I got a kid
Bye.
waiting for me to put to bed. All right.
Thank you, guys.
See you guys later. Have a great night.